Thoroughly conscious ignorance is the prelude to every real advance in science. It is of great advantage to the student of any subject to read the original memoirs on that subject, for science is always most completely assimilated when it is in the nascent state. Almighty God, who hast created man in thine own image, and made him a living soul that he might seek after thee, and have dominion over thy creatures, teach us to study the works of thy hands, that we may subdue the earth to our use, and strengthen the reason for thy service. Very few of us can now place ourselves in the mental condition in which even such philosophers as the great Descartes were involved in the days before Newton had announced the true laws of the motion of bodies. Statistical laws are not necessarily used as a result of our ignorance. Statistical laws can reflect how things really are. There are matters that can only be treated statistically. By the study of Boltzmann I have been unable to understand him. He could not understand me on account of my shortness, and his length was and is an equal stumbling block to me. Francis Galton, whose mission it seems to be to ride other men's hobbies to death, has invented the felicitous expression, structureless germs. Does the progress of physical science tend to give any advantage to the opinion of necessity, or determinism, over that of the contingency of events and the freedom of the will? Accordingly, we find Euler and D'Alembert devoting their talent and their patience to the establishment of the laws of rotation of the solid bodies. Lagrange has incorporated his own analysis of the problem with his general treatment of mechanics, and since his time M. Poinsot has brought the subject under the power of a more searching analysis than that of the calculus, in which ideas take the place of symbols, and intelligent propositions supersede equations. It is a good thing to have two ways of looking at a subject, and to admit that there are two ways of looking at it. These transient facts, these fugitive impressions, must be transformed by mental acts, to permanent possessions. Then summon up your grasp of mind, your fancy scientific, till sights and sounds with thought combined, become of truth prolific. I have looked into most philosophical systems and I have seen that none will work without God. The only laws of matter are those that our minds must fabricate, and the only laws of mind are fabricated for it by matter. The true logic for this world is the calculus of probabilities, which takes account of the magnitude of the probability. The student who uses home-made apparatus, which is always going wrong, often learns more than one who has the use of carefully adjusted instruments, to which he is apt to trust and which he dares not take to pieces. In every branch of knowledge the progress is proportional to the amount of facts on which to build, and therefore to the facility of obtaining data. Science is incompetent to reason upon the creation of matter itself out of nothing. We have reached the utmost limit of our thinking faculties when we have admitted that because matter cannot be eternal and self-existent, it must have been created. All the mathematical sciences are founded on relations between physical laws and laws of numbers. It is a universal condition of the enjoyable that the mind must believe in the existence of a law, and yet have a mystery to move about in. Faraday is, and must always remain, the father of that enlarged science of electromagnetism.